Hello friends, welcome to another session of video tutorial on Java. Please subscribe to my channel. To subscribe to my channel, click on the subscribe button and then click on the bell icon so that whenever I post a new video, you get the latest updates. In today's session, we are going to cover access modifiers. Okay, what are access modifiers? Access modifier specifies which classes can access a given class and its fields, constructors and methods. Okay, it just specifies which class can have access to other classes members such as methods, constructors and fields. There are 4 types of access modifiers available in Java. Okay, first one is private, the second one is default, third one is protected and public. Private members can be accessed only within the class. Default members can be accessed within the same package. Protected within the class and subclass or derived class, and public can be accessed from any other class. Let us see an example of this. Okay, let us open up Eclipse. Okay, let me close all of these. Okay, so I'm going to create another project here, new project, and a Java project. Click on next, provide the project name here. And click on finish. Okay, under source, I'm going to create a package. Okay, inside this package, I'm going to create a new class. So I'm going to call it as class 1. I'm not going to enable anything. I'm not going to enable main here. Click on finish. Okay, under this package, I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to call this as class A. And I'm not going to enable main. Click on finish. Under this, I'm going to create few variables here. Okay, I'm going to take integer a is equal to 10. Okay, I'm going to provide access modifier now. So this will be public int a. Okay, so here public is access modifier. A is a variable of type integer which is assigned with value 10. Okay, I'm going to declare an initialize four variables. Okay, I've declared already, declared and initialized a public variable. So the next one will be protected int b is equal to 20. For default variables, we need not have to explicitly say that it is a default one. By default, if you don't provide any access modifier, it is default. For a particular variable, if I don't provide any access modifier, by default the access modifier will be default. So int c is equal to 30. So this is default access modifier. Okay, and then private int b is equal to 40. I'm going to create another class here, class b, finish, and this I'm going to extend it from class A, which is extends class A. Okay, so here I'm not going to define any variable. I'm going to create a main class here, class main class, which will have main method. In here, I'm going to create an object of class A. Which is class A obj A is equal to new of class A. Okay. So now let us see which one is accessible from here. Object A dot. Okay, as you can see, A is accessible, B is accessible, and C is accessible. Only D is not accessible. Since D has got private access modifier, it can only be accessed within the same class. So outside that particular class, we cannot access it. That is why D is not available in this list. Okay, so let us print these values. Okay, save this. Let us run this first. So I'm getting some error here. It says create field A in type class A. Okay, so that is because I have not saved these classes. Okay, so let me save this first, class A and class B, and then that error has gone away. So let us run this. Right click, run as Java application. Okay, as you can see, 10, 20, 30 is getting printed. Okay, so A is public, so that is why it is accessible from here. Protected, again, this is also accessible from the other class. And default anyway, so since this class, all these classes belongs to the same package, this is also accessible. Only private is not accessible from outside. Okay, so now let us create an object of class B. class B object B is equal to new of class B. Object B dot. Since class B is inherited from class A, I have access to all of these. So let me print this instead of object A, it will be okay, right click, run as Java application. Let us create another package. Okay, and go to source, right click, new package, provide the package name. Click on finish. Okay, inside this I'm going to create a main class and enable main here. Okay, again in this I'm going to copy the code which I had written earlier under different package. Okay, as soon as I copy and paste this here, okay, as soon as I copy and paste it here, you can see B is not accessible and C is not accessible. Okay, so what is B and C? B is protected. Okay, so protected within the same package can be accessed, which is same as default access modifier, but when it comes to different package, I cannot access it. B and C are not accessible, so B is protected and C is default. The field which has got default access modifier is accessible through the classes which are available within the same package. When it comes to protected is also similar to default when it comes to same package. So from here it is clear that B and C are not accessible. Okay, so let me comment this out. Okay, so in package 2, let me create another class. So this will be class C. Okay, click on finish, and this I'm going to extend it from class A. So this class C will extend it from class A, which belongs to the other package. So let me import that. Okay, since class C extends class A, here I'm going to create a method, public void class C method, and inside this method I'm going to create an object of class C. Class C object C is equal to new of class C. Okay, so if you look at object C, I have access to A as well as B. So A is public and B is protected. Since this class is extending class A, the protected fields are also accessible from this particular class. Okay, object C, so I'm going to print these two values. So out object C dot A and object C dot B. Okay. Since there is no main method here, So I'm going to go to main class, and here I'm going to create an object of class C. Class C, object C is equal to new of class C. Okay. Just to be since we have already created that object C, let us not get confused with that object C and this object C. I'm going to rename it to object C1. Okay, so by using object C1, I'm going to call that method, class C method, which will print me these two values. Okay, so let us run this, run as Java application. As you can see, it has printed 10 with this, 10 here, and then 10 and 20. So this is the one which class C method has printed. Okay, so if you go to package 1 and class B, so if I create another method here, public void class B method, and if I do the same thing like creating an object of this class, which is class B, object CB is equal to new class B. Okay, if you look at this object CB, you have access to ABC. Okay, since it belongs to the same package, I have access to public, protected, as well as default fields. Okay, since we have taken only the variables here by providing access modifiers for each and every variable, the same concept applies to the methods as well. Okay, so we can also specify these access modifier to methods, and it behaves the same way whatever we have discussed so far. Okay, so let us recap. There are 4 types. Private is accessible only within the class. Default is accessible within the same package, and all classes within the same package. Protected is also similar to default within the class, and derived class but within the same package, or from the other package as long as it is derived. Public from any other classes or any classes for that matter. Okay, so that is about access modifiers. Thanks for watching.